Hey, it's Kevin. Thanks for stopping by for another No BS social media report. Back when I was in radio, I had an old boss who had a saying that he used over and over again. And there's some truth to it, but it was more for effect. He said, the only person that likes change is a wet baby. Now, I'm one of those people, I like change. I like to be challenged. I like variation. I get bored easily, so I don't mind change so much. But I understand what he meant, that most people like their routine. And they like to keep it the way it is all the time. But one of the things, we've noticed with social media is that change is constant. And I think I've actually touched on this before, but I couldn't find the video, and we're, 80 some odd in. So I wanted to say, always be prepared that change is going to happen. We talk about the changes all the time at Facebook. They're ever changing your reach. They're ever changing how you do something, how you reach something. The apps change, how it looks, how it feels, how you're able to do it. Now they're going to allow you to have GIFs or GIFs, if you prefer, whichever form of the phrase you prefer with those, on your Facebook page. Twitter has gone through some changes now. Twitter is trying to make you be a little bit more organic in your approach to growing your social media profile. There are tools with Twitter that allow you to go out and follow people and to reach out to them and see if they'll follow you back. And it's what we've called before the follow-unfollow game. You follow somebody, you wait 2 or 3 days, see if they followed you back. If not, you delete them, you go on to the next. Well, Twitter doesn't like that churn. Twitter views that as you're trying to spam people. And that's what a lot of the spam profiles do, and the fake profiles do that. And they do that on a heavy scale because they're just looking to reach and to send out their message to as many people as they can, much like junk mail. Well, they're trying to clamp down on that from the side of they only allow you to send out so many requests, or only follow so many people in a day. And that's after you meet the guidelines of you can only have a certain ratio of followers and follow backs and things like that. And then what they've done to change things is you can only then delete somebody. You can unfollow somebody, but you can't follow them back within 3 days. And if you delete somebody, you can only delete so many in a day. You can only delete up to 500 a day. And it's getting all complicated. The bottom line is this. They're going to keep changing to do whatever they can to make sure that their stockholders are happy, to make sure they're getting enough traffic to Twitter, to make sure they're growing, to make sure they're prospering, because they worry about those things. You're just looking at it and saying, oh, it's another nuisance to me. This change is really hassling me. The Twitter change affected me greatly because I do a lot of Twitter work for a lot of different clients, and Twitter was easy to work with. And so now they've changed that. In the last, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 weeks, month or so, I can't remember what happened. YouTube changed the way they handle channel names. You used to like our channel on YouTube is No BS Social. So if you go to YouTube, it's youtube.com/user/No BS Social. Well, that's now changed. Because what I found out, and I guess I never knew this, I knew it was tough to get a name that had been used and was then deleted, is you could never go back and reuse a name. So if I decided to delete the No BS Social channel, you would never be able to use that channel again in its current form. So what they did is now every channel is assigned the actual channel name number. It's a huge series of letters and numbers. It's pretty long. It's like 10 characters long. And every channel keeps that forever. That's your true channel identity. But then you can go in and create a shortcut, if you will, if you meet certain guidelines. Having so many subscribers, having it connected to your website, having a Google Plus page attached to it as well, too. They're trying to get you to use their other tools. And then you can create a custom URL to go along with it. So it's a twofold kind of thing. And that's a brand new change for YouTube. A little bit of a hassle, a little bit of, more hoops to jump through, and it could change again. The only thing constant in all of social media is change. So again, as I talked a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about, just how you approach these things, is you just have to accept it. You just have to realize that that's part of what social media is. It'd be one thing if you were paying a subscription to use Facebook or to use YouTube or whatever it is. If you were paying them $20 a month to use that tool, you might have more of a right to say, I'm not accepting this. I'll never forget there was a free tool called Iconosquare that had been something else. It's an Instagram tool that was giving statistics and data, and it kind of told you who your best fans were, who liked the most amount of your pictures, which of your pictures got the most amount of likes on them and things like this, who commented most. And they sent out an email to everybody and said, well, guess what? We're taking those free tools away. So sorry, but now if you want that kind of stuff, you got to pay for it. I just went, oh, well, it was a cool free tool while it lasted. I'm probably never going to use this site again, and walked away. About a week or two after they did that, we get the email saying, you spoke, we listened, we're giving you back your free tools. We're going to have some more tools if you want to pay for them that'll be even worthwhile to you, and we hope you'll pay for them. But we heard you loud and clear that obviously their traffic must have dropped so greatly and got so many complaints, they realized that they lost their entire base and were going to hurt themselves if they hadn't made the change back. It happens sometimes. If you do complain every now and again, you hope everybody else complains around you, and it works, but not always. Prepare for change. Accept the fact that change is just inevitable, especially when it comes to social media, not just sites and not just policies, but just in general. The only constant is change. Back next week, no change here. NoBSSocial.com is the website. No BS Social is our YouTube page. My email address, my phone number, our website, all that good stuff coming up here at the end of the video. We thank you for stopping by once again this week, and we'll see you next week right here.